Boundless. Hello world, it's Kurtis Potter with Boundless Inspiration. Today I wanted to talk to you about something that, I was talking to a buddy last night. He actually tried to commit suicide this week. And luckily he failed. I reminded him that he failed for a reason. God has a purpose for him in his life. Man, it was rough. Last night it was rough speaking with him. I was glad I was able to be there for him and lift him up and prayed for him multiple times. And, just a whole group of people just surrounded ourselves around him. But the thought process in his mind was that he couldn't get past today. He couldn't get past the shame. He couldn't get past being stuck, right? And it hurt. It just broke my heart because I've been there before, and I understood him on how hard it was just to become better. It seemed impossible. So today I wanted to talk to you about changing habits. How do I change a habit? And see, what was going on in his head was, I have to make this massive change, right? There's so much stuff that I've got to change to become better, for my life to be fulfilling, for me to matter, right? And I thought about it, and the thing is it's so easy to get stuck in that snowball effect of, man, I did this wrong, I did that wrong, this person left me, this person didn't care about me, this person talked about me, this person doubted me. Guilt, shame, resentment, anxiety, it just adds up. Man, I wasn't smart with my finances in this way. Man, I couldn't get rid of this habit. It just added up. So I had to remind him to start focusing on those good things that he's done. And he could name a bunch of good stuff that he's done in his life, but it was so easy to focus on all those negative things. So I just thought about the different ways to form new habits, right? And see, this is the thing is a lot of times when we think of all those big things and those big changes we want to make, it stops us right there. I think the guy's name was Vladimir. He said the heaviest weight in the gym is the front door. See, whenever I decided to go back to working out, I didn't come and just say, hey, I'm going to jump right back into it and throw, 245s on each side and hit the bench, 3 sets of 10. I had to start off small again. First of all, because I physically couldn't do it anymore. Second of all, I just had to be realistic that I had to start small and work myself up again. Even if I could have done that way, there could have been a chance that I could have tore a muscle if I just would have went full blast into it, right? So whenever you're forming a habit, a new one, it's recommended to form a habit that takes 1 to 2 minutes or less, right? One of the habits that I started doing was making my bed every single day. Now, it just seems like a small habit that might not make a big deal, but it was giving me the confidence of just getting back on track and saying, you know what, this is a time where I'm going to master my mind. I'm going to be in control of my life at the start of the day. And you know what, I really love getting in a made bed at the end of the night. So it was just something that also set me up for a smile on my face, and it felt great and sleep well at night as well. So it had a double effect. I knew I wanted to start meditating, but I don't know why I resisted it. Probably because I had so much junk going on in my head that I knew sitting down for 5, 10, 30 minutes was going to be a struggle for me. So I started off by meditating 1 minute a day. See, before a habit can be improved, it's got to be established. And they say it takes around 21 days to form a habit. So do a couple of small habits for 21 days. Make your bed for 21 days. Meditate for 1 hour a day for 21 days. Read 1 page in a book for 21 days. Because if you try to start off big, it's not going to work. So one of the things that I did was I cut out soda and sweet tea. Really, it was easier for me to cut out soda than it was sweet tea. But what I did was I realized how much soda or sweet tea I was drinking, okay? And I said, man, I'm just going to take small steps from here and change that trajectory of how much I drink just by taking baby steps. So what I would do is every time that I opened a soda, the fridge is right next to the sink, I would pop it open and I instantly would pour just a little bit out. Maybe if it was just a drink, or it's in the sink, it's already going down the drain. You're not going to get it back. It's not like I'm pour it in the sink and then try to suck it off the sink or something like that. But it was instantly gone. There was no turning back. So that was just one for sodas. I heard one where somebody was trying to quit smoking cigarettes and they just went through and took a scissor as soon as they opened up the pack and they just cut a little bit off of each one. So they was instantly shorter. You're smoking less nicotine. You're still getting that habit. You don't even think about it once you're smoking them. But it's just a little bit less and less. And when you start realizing it and looking at that pack, it's that confidence that you're building because you're forming that habit, that little habit. But see, it's like when you eat potato chips and all that unhealthy food. See, you can eat it now, especially when you're young, in your teens and your 20s. But it's not until when I was hitting 30s and I was like, oh man, I'm getting a dad bod, right? And it's because I just had gotten off my workout here and there, eating unhealthy here and there. It didn't hit me instantly, but then next thing you know, 3 years later, I'm like, oh man, what happened to my six pack? Why ain't that cut anymore, right? And it's because it was just skipping those. See, you start doing something and you don't see results immediately. Normally it's a 90-day, they say if you do anything consistently, there's like a 90-day turnaround. I mean, my physique is great now. I have a six-pack again, and it's because I got dedicated into working out about 90 days ago. And now I'm seeing the results. So you start those little habits, in 90 days, you'll start seeing those results. And you may not be cut if you're like, hey, I want to lose 100 pounds. Obviously, you're not going to lose that in 90 days. That would be unhealthy. But you have to have a forward-based mind where okay, this is a 1-year goal. This is a 3-year goal. But work on it every day and stay dedicated to it. Now, when I go to the store, I don't even go down the soda and chip aisle. And it took me building that habit. It took me improving that habit. It took me putting the healthy food like the bananas and the apples and stuff like that on the kitchen counter instead of the chips. Put those in the pantry. Put them away where they can't be seen. See, you've got to set yourself up for success as well. So if you're, for instance, trying to stop watching TV because it's something that causes you to procrastinate, put a book right next to where that TV remote is. So that way you at least have the option to, hey, I look down, I see that book. Man, do I really want to turn on that TV? Or can I read that book instead? Set yourself up for success. Even if it's, hey, I don't want to drink that soda, then put it in the very bottom of the fridge and the very back and put some stuff in front of it. When you buy that soda, put it in the back of the fridge and put the waters in front of it. How can you set yourself up for success? See, it's easy to do whenever, for instance, I have a toddler. You know, there's a lot of things that we had to do for our toddlers. For instance, like putting a baby gate up on the stairs. We had to put those little plastic things in all the plug-ins. You know, we had to clip all the cabinet doors shut. The scissors, we had to make sure we put them up high so they couldn't get them. We even learned this one. You got to put paint in places where they can't get it. My son ended up putting handprints all over the upstairs wall because he found our arts and crafts box, right? See, we know that we have to do things in order to keep them safe, prevent them from doing stuff. But you know what? It comes to a point in our lives where we're just like, we forget the fact that we've got to protect ourselves as well, right? So you got to set yourself up for success. So one of the things I just had to do was I had to go through and I unfollowed the people that I somehow had started following and was negative on my social media. Because, see, like the video I just did on the Kurtis Potter Jr. YouTube channel or Boundless Inspiration Facebook page that you saw a couple days ago, I had talked about how what event happens becomes a thought. Becomes an emotion. Then it becomes a thought. Then it becomes a decision. So what you're taking into your mind ends up becoming decisions. So I realized, I had just started following all these people. You become a new friend with somebody and it automatically makes you follow them. And it may have been someone that I used to go to school with. I was like, hey, man, this is somebody I grew up with. Or a friend of a friend. Or somebody I go to church with. I'm like, yeah, they're good people. Follow them. Well, actually, whenever you become friends with them, it automatically follows them. And then it becomes new on your timeline. I had become friends with somebody from church on social media. And, man, he was a Bible basher. I mean, dude, he's in everybody's business, just pretty much telling them how they're sinning and they need to go to God. And I don't think he realizes how judgmental he's being and how much a Bible basher he's being. And I was like, I started to kind of like, not following his footsteps, but I was getting like just down every time I saw stuff. Like, man, I even tried to reach out to him multiple times just to talk to him. He had no clue. Dude wouldn't even talk to me. I was like, I got to unfriend this dude. I didn't unfriend him. I just unfollowed him. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Because you know what? I'm hoping that my positivity will actually influence him instead of him influencing me. I'm hoping that me not being judgmental on people, but instead putting them in their shoes, me trying to understand people and help them grow in a way where I'm not forcing you, but I'm just showing you by my experiences will help him improve as well. So what's your social media look like? When you get on the first page on your phone, is it all a bunch of junk? I also did this. I put all my social media apps on the very last page on my phone. I scrolled over until I think I've got like 5 pages, scrolled all the way over and put all my social media on the last page because I realized that I had wasted plenty of time scrolling on social media, wasted tons of hours of my life just scrolling. Seeing all these distractions, negativity. And now even when I do get on it, the only people that I'm following are the people that I want to be like. Millionaires, billionaires, successful entrepreneurs, positive thinking mindset people. People that are giving back to the world. Right? You're most like the 5 people that you hang out with most. So I'm like, okay, well, if I'm going to be most like at least the 5 people on social media that I spend the most time with, I'm going to put the people that I want to be around, that I want to be alike, that has went down the path that I'm going down. It's just those small habits that add up over time. Like the unhealthy food, like going to the gym. They add up. And you got to look at your trajectory instead of the moment. And see, It's easy to do, to focus on now. I want to change now. And if it doesn't work in a couple of weeks, you're like, that was stupid anyways. I can't do that. See, you have to celebrate every time you do that. When I pour out that soda, I just say that stupid, this is to my homies, right? I would make it fun. Some of these habits you got to do, make it something that you enjoy doing. If you don't enjoy hitting the weights or going to the gym, and you know that, set up the habit by riding a bike instead. Set it up where you go hiking on trails instead. What is it that you like to do? You may like jumping. I jump on the trampoline with my kids. We got one of those massive trampolines. Maybe just do your workout. Just get on that trampoline and jump for 60 seconds, 2 minutes. Like I said, start off your habits small. My buddy that almost committed suicide, I was talking to him and just trying to understand him. And he said, man, it's the demons in my head. They just keep coming and telling me, you're not worthy. You're not worth it. You messed up here. He kept saying the demons. And that's what it is. The devil uses those demons just like Jesus uses the angels. He's going to use those demons to just keep on messing with you. And I said, man, you know what? As much as I want this for you, you've got to want it. And he said, I want it to be done. And I said, so just every single time those bad habits pop in your head, say, I'm done. This is done. And you know what? He started doing that. And that confidence. I said, see, man, don't focus right now on big change. Just focus on, this is a mental battle. And so you've got to battle it mentally. Every time it pops in your head, I'm done. I'm done. I'm better. I'm worthy. I'm great. I'm amazing. I'm worth it. I'm a good person. I'm human. I make mistakes. That's okay. I'm going to make my bed. I'm going to meditate. Not I'm going to try. I'm going to. I've got this. You've got this. You can break those habits by starting these other small habits. And see, the thing is do some small ones, because then it's going to build and it's going to rebuild your DNA. It's going to change you little by little. And then that's going to compile, just like those bad thoughts in your head that are negative, you start building up tons of good habits, and then that's going to change your confidence, and it's going to reprogram your DNA to where you're like, I am somebody who does this. Now I make my bed and it doesn't even, I just instantly, when I get out of bed, I automatically remake it. And it's a form habit now. And now it's the new norm. So whenever I wanted to say, whenever you're putting yourself around those people that you want to be like and so forth, one of the things is it's expected. If you get in an entrepreneur group, it's expected to be an entrepreneur. If you get in a group of people at the gym, it's expected to go to the gym. It's expected to eat healthy. So whatever habits you're trying to form, find at least 5 people that you can connect with that have the same habits, right? So if you're going to the gym, say you go in the gym, you know what, maybe for the first day, as you're, trying to pick out the different exercises you're going to do, just connect with some people. And whoever you naturally connect with, you walk up, you see somebody, they're smiling, you're saying, hey buddy, what's up? How you doing? It's my first day in the gym. Man, you mind if I get your number? So sometimes you can just send me a text, say, hey, I'm headed to the gym. I need some accountability partners. I need some people to inspire me, push me. Maybe if you don't want to be that bold and get on get their number, get on their social media. Hey, do you mind if I follow you on social media? I just want to see some things pop up, because I know you're going to be posting selfies in the gym like, yeah, that's what gym people do. Follow those people. Friend request them so it starts popping up on your timeline. Whatever it is, folks, you got to be intentional about it. Just like I made that that series a while back about intentional relationships, you got to be intentional with your habits. How bad do you want it? Do you want to look back and say, man, I formed a bunch of bad habits that affected my life negatively? I guarantee you don't. Let's form some good habits together, folks. You've got this. We've got this. Our lives are important. And every day, that's why I say it's just another step closer to being boundless. It's just small baby steps. Success is greatness is a bunch of little things done well. A bunch of little habits that are formed and staying consistent and persistent until it becomes the new norm. I hope this helped you. If it did, please like, share, comment, tag somebody. You know the drill. Send in their DM, send in a message. Give me some comments, some feedback. Give me some ways that you have formed habits and now you're so grateful that you did. Maybe even tell me a struggle. Be humble enough to say, hey, this habit that I had, it was a bad habit and it whooped my butt for 20 years. But I'm here to tell you that it's defeated. Or, hey, Kurtis, you know what? When you did this video, I realized that it was giving me some habits that I needed to change. And this is the first one. I'm announcing it on social media right here on your page right now that I'm going to start this little habit, 2 minutes or less, starting today. Starting now. You could start now and change. One decision can change the whole directory of your life. So today, let's make that change together. I love you all. I hope this video helped. Be boundless. Have a great day, you all.